Hello and welcome to a battle report. Haven't posted one in a long time. I've been trying to make Chaos Space Marines work to no avail. I managed to pick up a game on Thursday night, last one with the old Codex. This is my tournament list pretty much. I have an allied Archon with Webway Portal, 5 Dark Eldar Warriors, 8 Warp Spiders, 6 Fire Dragons, 3 units of 5 Dire Avengers and Wave Serpents, 2 units of 2 Hornets, Wraith Knight. That's it. So, a lot of power on the list. It's a turn 2 list, and I do lots of outflanking and reserves shenanigans with it. My opponent, who I've played many times now, this particular night he was fielding a Dark Eldar primary with Eldar allies, and actually it wasn't his primary, but it was a CAD, and Eldar allies, and Harlequin, a Harlequin formation. And the Harlequin, he made the Troop Master his warlord as a joke. That's kind of funny. He has the totally awesome Tantalus in the back there. That should totally be a Lord of War or a Super Heavy, but is not. Blows up like everything else does. A couple fast attack raiders, Venoms with warriors with blasters in them. He's got crazy armor that reduces your leadership, and he can shriek and kill people psychically, lots of different ways, so long as his stuff comes in from reserves. Here's the table before deployment. Deployment style is hammer and anvil, 6 objectives. We're going to be doing 1 Maelstrom objective on turn 1, up to 2 on 2, up to 3 on 3, and so on through the end of the game. As per usual, we forget to roll for mysterious objectives, because it's a pickup game. That building over on the left right there is AV-12 with 3 hull points and can be occupied. Alright, here we are after deployment. My opponent won the roll to deploy first and just put an empty Wave Serpent and a Wraith Knight on the table. Every single other thing he has will be deep striking in. I counter-deployed with 5 Dark Eldar Warriors hiding behind a building and put nothing else on. I got the Warlord trait that allows me to infiltrate, and instead I chose to outflank 2 Serpents and outflank the Wraith Knight with it, along with the pair of Hornets that'll be outflanking. Everything else will be deep striking in. The Fire Dragons with the Autarch and the Archon and the Webway Portal. And then the Black Wave Serpent is the one that's coming on normally from the board edge and reserves. Alright, so here we are at the, he gave me first turn, so we're actually here at the bottom of turn 1. The Eldar Warriors are actually in the building, not on it. They're just on it to remind me that they're in it. He moved his Wave Serpent up over the building. He took some pot shots at it, but didn't manage to get pens, and that was the awesome turn 1. So this is probably one of the most brutally efficient turn 2s I've ever had. I 6'd out his Wraith Knight. It's the first time I've ever done that. I'm not even joking. I've never 6'd out somebody else's Wraith Knight. And I also managed to ding his Wave Serpent to death. I didn't blow it up. It was empty though. So if his reserves do not come in at the bottom of turn 2, it will be an incredibly short game. As you can see, a lot of my stuff came on. I kept my Autarch with the Fire Dragons and that Wave Serpent, the Web Striking Wave Serpent, off the board. I'm waiting for his Tantalus to come in, and so I'm hopefully going to come in behind him with that. Otherwise, if everything comes in on his side, he'll still have a game, but if it doesn't, if he comes in piecemeal, then I'm just going to chew him up. So, as fate would have it, the Tantalus doesn't come in. He only gets in the Raider that has the Harlequins in it, and they have a Webway Portal, so they get to 0 scatter. The Raider in the back there behind the Wraith Knight, he actually put that there, danger close, and stuck the landing, and the Venom dropped in where it was supposed to be as well. From the Raider, the Death Jester shot at the Warp Spiders. I failed my armor save, and apparently if you take any wounds at all, you have to make a morale check, and if you fail it, the Death Jester gets to pick which side of the table you run towards when you're falling back. So he almost he had a shot at making my Warp Spiders just run off the table. For giggles, he's putting his completely unpainted model there for our enjoyment. In other news, he fired his warriors. I think he's got 8 in that raider. At the Wraith Knight, managed to take a wound off of it, and shot the blaster out of the back of the Venom at my Hornets, and I jinked them. Here we are after the end of the top of turn 3. I kept my, because his Tantalus didn't come in, I kept my Fire Dragons off again. I managed to get a hull point off of that Venom and shake it. Everything else I shot at blew up, though. It's kind of a bummer. Blew up the Raider with the Harlequins in it, and all 4 of the Harlequins died. The Troop Master and the other characters were left. Warp Spider's got a fantastic 15-inch jump and then a 6-inch run to get in and take part in that, and then they completely whiffed on everything. The Wraith Knight whiffed shooting at the Raider. He jinked, so he had to assault it and kick it to death. Those warriors right there are pinned at the moment. And yet again, he's looking at a situation where he has very, very little on the board, and I have a lot. So at the bottom of turn 3, his Tantalus finally comes in. He shoots the blaster at my Hornets, and I decide not to jink like a fool, and then get one blown up on me from the Venom there. What's left of the Harlequins run into the building. The Armor of Misery with the Crucible and all the psychic shenanigans and stuff like that in the Tantalus are fantastic. In one psychic phase, he did like 8 wounds to my Wraith Knight, and he also cleaned out all 7 of the Warp Spiders that were left. Otherwise, he didn't manage to do much. His Fire Dragons whiffed against that Wave Serpent sitting behind there, and that was it for his turn. At the top of turn 4, I get my revenge. Everything I shoot at blows up again. I didn't even need to get the Fire Dragons out. The Hornets off on the left there. He failed the jink. I got a pen, rolled a 5, which is +2 on the chart, and the beautiful Tantalus blew up. I blew up the Venom that those warriors were in, but he didn't lose a single one. He made all of his Feel No Pain and armor saves. I tank shocked those guys just to push them back out of the way a little bit. But I don't know. It was just a lot of overkill and a lot of stuff I didn't need to do. Everything that was inside the Tantalus I killed with the Wave Serpent and the Fire Dragons. The Dark Eldar certainly can get things done sometimes. It's pretty weird. Snap firing, those guys were pinned. A snap firing blaster took out my Hornet. Every single time I'm like, no, I'm not going to jank. One gets blown up. I think it's hubris. On the other side of the board, a really fantastically amazing thing happened. The Archon slingshotted himself with those Dark Eldar warriors, and they made a 12-inch charge. It was -2 through terrain, and so he needed boxcars. And he rolled it, didn't get it, re-rolled it with fleet, and got a 12-inch charge. Then in combat, he did 1 wound to me that I failed my save. I did 3, but he made all of his Feel No Pains. So he won combat by 1. I failed my morale check, and then he ran me down and killed all my Fire Dragons and my Warlord. Just pretty humiliating. But also awesome. It was the first time I've ever seen a 12-inch charge made like that. So it was a pretty cool result. And this is the way the 6th edition Codex comes to an end. I tabled him on the top of turn 5. I'd been scoring Maelstrom points at will throughout the game in any case, so even if it went on, I was sure to win it. But yeah, 6th edition Eldar, super, super powerful. I look forward to what they're going to be like in their 7th edition Codex.